What up, man?
There you are.
How's it going, dog?
I'm good.
Yeah, man.
Are you in the recording studio?
Yeah, studio in my spot.
Dude, I had no idea, man. So you write music too?
A little bit, yeah.
That's so sick.
I just got this spot.
You can't have two pianos that go a little bit.
Well, that's also a lot of stuff is I practice on stuff, but then if when I have musicians come through, then they can mess around on different shit.
God damn it! Yeah.
Oh,
are you there, Hannibal?
Yeah.
It's fucking. First of all, I hate this Zoom shit, Hannibal. I can't stand it. It's fucking up everything, man. Okay, I'm 49, man, and I know I keep using the old man shit, but I don't know what I'm doing. This is my son's world. I don't want to change. I know the pandemic is putting us in certain situations that we have to adjust. But me and Andre, this is my brother-in-law right here, Hannibal.
What's up, Andre?
Hey, what's up, man?
And he's just as old as I am. No, you're older. And I'm just telling him I can't adjust to this shit, Andre.
What shit?
Just this Zoom shit. I keep touching stuff. It stops. I try and talk. There's a lag. I feel like I'm talking to astronauts in the goddamn space station. I miss the energy. I miss the chemistry. I love being in a studio together or being on stage. I'm sorry, man. I'm just venting. This is not what I worked 30 years to do, to be in my goddamn living room next to my neighbor's house talking to fucking Hannibal Buress. And no one gives a fuck about what situation they're in when they do these Zoom calls. Hannibal is moving into a goddamn studio, and Andre looks like he hasn't checked the mail since the beginning of the goddamn pandemic. Look, bills on top of bills. Fucking Hannibal's got Hannibal's got two keyboards and an HD TV that hasn't even been put up yet.
That's the vibe.
What the fuck?
Is he cutting the record? What
he's doing something. He said fuck comedy. Now he's gonna make an album. Hannibal's gonna pick up where Casey and JoJo left off.
Hey, why Casey and JoJo?
Hannibal can't wait to go. Oh yeah. No one gives a fuck about what it looks like behind them.
No,
they just do the goddamn Zooms and post it.
We started out with good intentions, but I think as the weeks went on, we just said,
yeah, we don't give a fuck anymore.
No.
Hannibal.
Oh,
shit. Wait a second. Wait a goddamn.
Oh shit! I'm dead, man. I'm dead. Is this a scene from a movie? Are you a host at a strip club? What the fuck is this, Hannibal? This picture right here tells me you do not do stand-up. That's what that fucking says. He had a suit with the button at the top lapel. Suit down, looking down, John Legend hair.
Hilarious. That is funny.
Red lights. God damn, Hannibal. That was the funniest thing. That couldn't have been. The timing on that couldn't have been any better. He is getting ready to release the album. Are you singing, Hannibal, or no?
I've not sing. Actually, I did some auto-tune singing on a song I put out a couple months ago.
But you've always played the boards.
No, I got this spot in August, and then the plan was to, I'm gonna start. I took like one fucking keyboard lesson and learned scales and shit, but I gotta dive in more.
That's amazing, man. That's amazing. Was it because We found out that Beethoven is black, and now you're inspired.
It's good. It's
Did you see that? Did you see it? Google that's the thing right now.
Right now?
Yeah, it's that. I'm not even making that up. Beethoven is a black man that they've been disguising all these years. Those motherfuckers hid him from us too.
That's today's news?
I think it was yesterday. Man. I think it was yesterday. They used to put white powder on him and give him gray hair and shit, and that motherfucker would go in there and play Beethoven, and then.
Oh man!
When was Beethoven around? Like the 1700s, maybe something like that.
Something like that. Yeah.
Can you imagine him going to play? He goes to play this classical shit. And then he goes
with white makeup on. With white makeup, with white powder.
White face. Damn.
Yeah.
COVID's shaking out all the secrets and shit.
COVID has picked up the trash can and shook that shit. All the stuff that was stuck to the bottom of the trash is falling off now, man. We got too much time on our hands.
Motherfuckers ain't got nothing but time.
They got nothing but time. Like, you know, yeah.
This is fucking. I'm not gonna lie.
How'd you have that at the ready? He had that at the ready.
I got a few Zoom. It's a few Zoom backgrounds, like you can say.
I know, but how are they fitting in with our conversation, Hannibal? That's what I don't understand. This is the fucking Matrix.
Well,
this is the Matrix.
I had the day the Aunt Jemima thing for a team meeting. I just had that as my backdrop the day, and then I just had it as my backdrop as the meeting started, and then I blasted "It's So Hard to Say Goodbye" by Boyz II Men, and then I slid in the frame like that to start the meeting.
Oh shit!
You gotta, this COVID shit. You gotta bring showmanship, keep morale high and shit. Goddamn.
Exactly.
Just trying to get my team this fucking Motown Philly. All right, let's get to work, everybody.
Oh shit.
Oh man, I'm crying. Do we say goodnight? Do we end the pod now?
I know, right?
Oh shit, man! Look, I got a frame of myself behind me. That's all I have. I wanted you to see that. That's all I got.
It's fresh.
That's all I got.
I don't know if I ever told you. I saw you at Zany's in Chicago in 2009 or 2010, and you talked about buying your mom a Nintendo Wii.
Yeah.
And that's when I just first started like making I just started writing at Saturday Night Live at that time. And so I had a little extra money to give people gifts. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna give my mom a Nintendo Wii. Yeah, that's a good idea. And so I bought my mom a Wii because of that. Yeah.
So my joke inspired you to buy a gift for your mother.
Yeah.
That's very nice, Hannibal. That's very nice. That's what I want. I want my talent to get people to be inspired to buy their parents' stuff.
Yeah,
that's my
you make people
goal.
Laugh, and you. That's those type of jokes though, because a lot of it's some stuff. I've done jokes that are mean spirited, but it was a bit. I had this bit about New Orleans. And about getting a parade and how you can get a second line and have a band follow you around and drink in the street. And it was really me telling this story about having a great time. And then I had no, motivation behind it outside of that. It's me telling a story about having a great time. But after that, it kind of went viral locally in New Orleans. And then people started doing it. People started hitting me up like, and so, how do you hire a band? And I would send them to the band that I used. And people started doing that shit because of the bit. And it was an unintended consequence. But it was wild. Like, oh, damn, that's kind of cool. Because some shit is just straight up talking shit.
Yeah, man.
It's like, fuck this shit. And so to have that kind of experience-based stuff is really dope when it happens because it's not forced.
And now that you brought that up, you know, hip hop is so influential for high end luxury type clothing. Yeah. And let's just get that out there. Louis Vuitton, Gucci, you ain't shit without hip hop. So go fuck yourself. Yeah. But the reason why I get that is because those marketing campaigns go after these rappers and push them hard to push their brands, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So if they're going to go after hip hop artists, comedians get the same. We do the same shit. Just me talking about Nintendo Wii. Like I'm telling you, man, people come to my shows still with Nintendo controllers, and I sign them.
Yeah.
Like,
damn.
give me a cut, Nintendo. Yeah. And then there's another one that I did in New York, Hannibal. I'm sorry, I'm getting off topic. You're the one that stirred this up. So now, because I did this thing in New York when someone told me to go to the halal guys for chicken and rice.
Yeah.
And I went and I couldn't believe it because everyone was ranting and raving about it. There was a line down the street. I grab a film crew, I shoot it, I put it on YouTube. Next thing you know, people are going to New York, getting the white sauce. I'm signing them at the end of the shows. And then next thing you know, Halal Guys puts it on their website, and now they're a franchise. And I'm like, I deserve some sweat equity. I'm part of that campaign, motherfucker. Yeah. I'm one of the Halal Guys. Put my face on it or some shit. What I'm saying is you and I, and Andre, it's not just like everyone has an ability to promote these things, and I feel like comedy, we kind of get the pushback, but we do the most damage, man. We really do.
It does. It's just, you know, I think it's because in our situations it wasn't calculated like that.
Yeah,
and that's why it wasn't like, because people are a lot of time resistant to being like really promoted to in a turn commercial, skip the ads.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
That's me.
So
but how see that now our brains are cooking right now because we're indirectly promoting something that we're making fun of, but yet it's working, right? So why are you gonna pay? And God bless Chris Paul. I love you, Chris Paul. Okay, I love you. But man, fuck that. Get Hannibal Buress to do a joke about insurance and watch. Am I right? Imagine Hannibal Buress doing a joke about insurance company. That shit would go through the roof. It'll go viral. People would love to watch it. People will call. Give us the money.
Yeah.
That's all. Yeah. I think it's a great idea. I'm putting it out there. Hannibal, you did it first. You said it first. But I think I really find that's that new wave instead of finding out a marketing strategy or blah, blah, blah. Motherfucker, let me write a joke. Yeah. Sales will go up. That's it.
If it's, I'm really trying to figure out some ways to, especially with how things are shifted now.
Yeah.
To how, with this next special and how I'm putting it out, everything's not fully locked in yet, so I can't talk on it, but trying to really connect with how we operate now and how things are put out now and have it be like a seamless way, like, you know, doing an online event since touring is a big question mark around that shit for the fall. So instead of pushing a tour off of the special, like I'm having a virtual event type thing and trying to drive to that, which obviously in person is better. But the benefit with doing a virtual event is that it can be everybody from around the world in a spot. So you can kind of try to...
It can be massive, yes.
It could be massive. It's not the same, but it's still... We can make it... You could try to do the best version of what the fuck is going on if you try and make it big and do it at a big scale. So I think, you know, it's going to be, you know, a lot of companies coming up that allow people to really, you know, connect with their fans in a big way and have those, you know, dope production values, cuts here, shit looks good and clean, shit sounds good, and there's a way to still engage and see people and how to feel at the crib. So
I understand what you're saying, and I can't wait for your special to come out because one, it's been long awaited. Everyone's been waiting for this special from you. And but two, Man, I don't want to promote it.
Yeah.
I don't want to promote it. I'm old. I want to be able to do a real party, a viewing party where you have 1,000 people in the room and we're interacting. I want to eat. I want to eat hors d'oeuvres. I want to see Hannibal go in front of the screen and thank everybody and then kiss hands. Kiss people and shake hands. I miss that, bro. I get what you're saying, but in no way do I want to push this narrative. I don't want to be like part of this. I don't. Like, I want it to fail. This is the one thing I want to fail. I really do.
It is.
I'm tired of looking at Andre's office. It looks like shit. By the way, Hannibal, that's my son. That's what I miss. I always miss a white guy sitting on the tree reading. I always miss that.
Right.
By the way, that's my son. That's my son on the wall, Hannibal. That's my son right there. That's little Joe. That's
how old is that?
That's my. He was 14 months there.
Okay.
Wow.
Fucking up a photo shoot, and he ended up getting the best picture out of that photo shoot. But Hannibal, no one works harder than you. Man. Yeah, for real. No one works harder than you, for real, Hannibal. When I saw your well then,
circa 2011, maybe.
Yeah.
Nobody works harder than 28-year-old you.
Yeah.
That's funny.
I will say this, man. I watched your God, I don't know the name of the documentary.
Edinburgh. The one that's Edinburgh. Yeah.
Bro, I'm telling you, man, it's beautiful to watch because, one, as a comic, I really appreciate it. Especially me. I went through the fucking trenches, man. Like, I did everything from renting theaters to renting out restaurants to, just trying to get it, just to try and get stage time, man. And that documentary that you did, I think opened a lot of eyes. People don't really understand the process that we go through to just get a joke out there, just to build a fan base. And you were already in a position where you didn't really have to do Edinburgh, but you did. And I thought that was, man, I tip my hat off to you, man. It was amazing.
Edinburgh, man, that was, it made me respect people that do Broadway a lot.
Yeah.
And just to do the same show in the same space, just because I think there is, once you start touring as a comedian, you're hardwired for movement, like 3 days max, maybe 5 early on. Yeah. And so you like, boom, after this amount of show, I go somewhere else versus like being somewhere for a month mentally. It's weird, man. And I think also I've learned even in recent years, just when in those type of situations, you got to create a better structure for yourself and other habits so you don't go crazy. I didn't know that then, so I wasn't working out every day to kind of reset my brain and refresh myself. And I didn't have this other, so just the thing of doing the show drove me fucking crazy. Because I wasn't hitting a bag or something or doing a jog or doing something. I was just doing the show and partying and all of this. And so there was no balance there. And I lost my mind when it's really not that fucking tough to do a show every night. If you're handling your shit, the other 23 of the day, if you handling that, then it's fucking easy money. What are you doing?
Yeah, for sure, man.
I was bugging.
But that. Were you bugging there? Yeah. Were you?
I was bugging because of, it's just that thing of, that, if you're drinking every night.
Just so routine, right?
Yeah, so so even being on long shoots for a movie, I was on, when I shot Tag in Atlanta, I kind of was just, I didn't enjoy myself. Because the movie process didn't work for me, but also because I didn't have a good life outside of the shit. Like people that had families flew their family in, and they created this life for themselves in Atlanta, so they had a balance at home. With me, I had a couple people visit briefly, but I had no girlfriend at times, random girls sometimes. I was going to the bar, and I wasn't, and so it's like, oh yeah, it took me a long time to figure that shit out. Like, oh yeah, you gotta make sure the rest of the day is cool, dog.
I commend you, and I strongly suggest people watch it, man.
Yeah.
Just to see our grind, man. It's that people don't understand. People think, oh, you were funny in high school, and then you became a comedian. No, asshole. That's not what happened, man.
Yeah.
But so I love the fact that you did. I turned down Edinburgh so many goddamn times. I was like, I ain't doing that shit. I'm not going to do a show every damn day. I can't do it. I got a son that shits 3 times a day and needs diapers. I got time to go. I need to make money, bro.
The finances with Edinburgh are so weird too. I made money, but there's some people, the way their stuff was set up, I heard lots of stories of people doing sellout shows for the full month, but still somehow owing money or something.
Yeah, I heard that too.
How do they do that? I don't know.
Yeah, that was the big selling point for me. I'm like, I ain't doing that shit. When you do the Zooms, I'm just gonna keep talking about you, Hannibal. You don't wear. Did you get LASIK, or you don't wear the glasses anymore? What's the deal?
Yeah, I got LASIK. It might be 7 years now.
Wow.
So you don't even wear the glasses anymore?
No, I don't wear the glass. I wore the glasses a little bit after LASIK, just as a thing of this is how people know me, so I should keep doing it.
Yeah.
So I think live from Chicago, my second special on Comedy Central, I think those were fake glasses.
Really?
Yeah, and I just wore them.
Hannibal, I'm just gonna say, your glasses. I really wanted to sponsor you and buy you some better glasses. That's all I wanted to say.
Okay. I'll get.
So now I'm finding out. That those shitty glasses were replaced with fake shitty glasses.
Yeah.
He said, I got shitty glasses, but I got good sight now. Yeah. Let me put on some shitty glasses.
Wait. Live from Chicago glasses were crispy.
Were they crispy?
They were crispy, man.
Okay.
The glasses in Edinburgh were iffy. Those were 2011, 2012 glasses.
Yeah.
I remember those with a black.
I wanted to sponsor you on those ones. I was gonna email you and go, hey Hannibal, I really want to sponsor you. My best friend owns an optometry. Have as many glasses as you want. I wanted to do that for you so bad, man.
That's very kind of you, Joe.
Oh, thank you, Andre. Clean your fucking room. Don't talk to us.
I remember wearing, I didn't know how to get good suits early in my career.
Yeah. I was the same.
And I didn't even, I didn't even realize the suit was bad. I just thought because I had a suit on that it was fly.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I didn't know.
Yeah.
Like, it's levels to it. And
like,
so,
I understand.
That's
Yeah.
a suit, right?
Yeah.
And
This
so
is
it's
not a
some
t-shirt. Yeah.
So I forget what benefit thing it was. I think it was at Radio City or the Beacon.
Yeah.
There was a bunch of people on the show.
Yeah.
And Jason Sudeikis said to me, he said, I can introduce you to my suit guy if you want. I didn't even get it. I was like, what do you mean?
This is a suit.
This
This
great.
is a suit. What are you talking about?
That is the most passive aggressive insult I've
Yeah. Exactly. That was indirectly saying, hey man, that suit looks like shit.
Listen, everybody in the world can benefit from talking to somebody, right? A therapist.
Yes.
Man, my therapist is a lifesaver, and I got 2 therapists. That's how much help I needed, but I'm so glad I do. I have somebody I can talk to myself, I have somebody my wife and I can talk to, and it has improved our lives so much. We have so much more information about the right way to argue. Everybody's going to argue. You got to learn how to do it in a good, healthy way.
Yeah.
Therapy has, I gotta tell you, it saved my life.
Or sometimes you just need somebody to talk to. It doesn't even need to be about your ex or your girlfriend or your wife or your dog. Sometimes people just want to talk about their past or just talk about something that's going on that they don't want to share with someone's close to them. They just want to share with someone that doesn't know who they are.
Yeah, sometimes you got something you got to work out. You need a third party to like take a look under the hood. You know what I mean?
For sure, because there's nothing worse when you spend so much time talking to yourself that yourself go, hey man, I don't want to hear that anymore.
Your own self is like,
hey, you ever talk to yourself so long? Yourself's like, hey man, shut the fuck up. You need a therapist. Man, I've been listening to your shit your whole life, man. I don't give a fuck. I'm trying to think about all this weight you put on, motherfucker.
Yeah, your own self is like, I'm just here to play Call of Duty right now. Do we have to get all the way into it?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Hey, man, can you shut up? We're trying to sleep. Hey, but that's a true story, though, man. You can't talk to yourself. You really can't. And sometimes you don't want to talk to someone that really knows you. You want to talk to someone that doesn't know you, and you can just let everything out. And I'm telling you, when you let it all out, you actually feel taller. You actually stand taller. You just feel physically better, man.
Yeah,
that mental weight is a lot to carry. So don't think you're the only ones out there, you guys. There's people that can help you. Brian, tell them.
Well, BetterHelp will assess your needs and match you with your own licensed professional therapist, and you can start communicating in under 24 hours.
Nice.
It's not a crisis line. It's not self-help. It's professional counseling done securely online.
Yes.
Yeah.
And here's the thing, you guys. Not all of you guys are blessed to have a brother-in-law like Andre Simmons. I get to dump all my bullshit on him.
Look at that man. His shoulders are gone. I think I remember when we first met, they're up here. They're just like,
this is both Joe and I's weight on me, on my back.
I'm like Andre's favorite backpack from college.
Just pushing down.
But true story though, man, not everybody has an Andre Simmons like I do. A lot of people have that friend that they can talk to. Not everybody has that friend.
Yeah.
So, and this is actually a brilliant idea, especially the times that we're living in right now.
Especially, exactly, because you got to telecommuting is so big right now. Also, there's a broad range of expertise available, which might not be locally available in many areas. So, if you need a specialist out there, they can pair you with the right person. It doesn't matter whether they happen to be near you or not.
Yes.
Services available for clients worldwide. You can log into your account anytime and send a message to your counselor. You wake up in the middle of the night, you're like, I got to get this off my chest. Pop it up. Get those thumbs going, and you can get the message out there. You'll get timely and thoughtful responses. Plus, you can schedule weekly video or phone sessions, so you don't have to sit in an uncomfortable waiting room. Yes. It's traditional therapy.
And that's huge. So now you don't have to feel weird about it. You can reach out to someone and get some of your questions answered.
Yeah, that's actually the most difficult part, is feeling weird about it. Yeah. A lot of people do feel weird about stuff like that, and this eliminates that process. So it's a good thing to have, especially during this time, the pandemic. A lot of people are sitting by themselves alone, and this is a good person to talk to. You need someone to talk to, so this is the one to do. This is the one that can help you.
BetterHelp is committed to facilitating great therapeutic matches, so they make it easy and free to change counselors if needed, which is another huge selling point. I mean, because if you get matched with somebody and it's just not working out, you can change for free. You got to be able to change. You got to have a good fit. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Yeah. And BetterHelp wants you to start living a happier life today. So you can visit BetterHelp.com/KoyPond. That's BetterHelp with a P. And join the over 800,000 people taking charge of their mental health, and with the help of an experienced professional. And there's a special offer for Koy Pond listeners. They get 10% off your first month at BetterHelp.com/KoyPond.
I know exactly what you're talking about, though. When you throw on a suit, you think it's good because it's a suit, but deep down inside, and your excuse is always like, I never wear anything with buttons. I'm not a button guy. I'm not a button guy, so.
Yeah.
What about the cuffs and the pleats, though? What about that?
Cuffs and pleats?
No cuffs and pleats. Did you say pleats?
Cleats.
Yeah.
Hannibal.
Yo.
Andre and I went to high school together. He was the star basketball player. Okay.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
he also was a
Absolutely.
break dancer. All right, slow down. All right,
Yo.
slow down. All right. But he was also a break dancer. He was a B-boy. This
Oh,
motherfucker
shit.
is 6. He was 6'5" doing the windmill. The shit was so out of place. But he did.
Yeah.
He did it, man. He did his
I
thing.
Yeah. You
I didn't last long though. That career didn't last long for me.
No,
Yeah.
not at
Not
all.
enough space.
breakdancing, baskall play, perform at your own pep rallies and shit.
Yeah. People would get crazy because the mascot would come in and then he'd take his hat. He'd take the hat off. He's like, "It's me."
Double applause.
Surprise!
Hannibal, when did you get into stand up? Like at what age did you go on stage? Like when was it?
19 years old.
Wow, that's dope. Same here.
2002.
19.
Yeah.
Oh, so you're 2002. Mine was 1989. I was 19 years old, man.
Yeah.
Okay, so I want to hear your story because mine was in a bar it was like a variety show contest in a bar, and I did this opening joke where I go, it was stupid. Okay, it was about the condoms are too big. I'm half Asian. Blah blah blah. It comes off. The condom comes off. Doesn't. Long story short, joke is fucking awful.
Yeah.
Okay. So then I start bombing, and my tongue starts to stick to my mouth, right? The roof of my mouth, because it's just, everything's dry. I'm bombing. And then I start doing this, and I go, hey, you ever get your mouth so dry the tongue starts sticking to the roof of your mouth? And then this bitch at the bar goes, hey, put that condom on it. And she crushes.
Shit.
She crushes with a callback on a shitty joke that I said. And that was my story. I lost the contest, and the chick at the bar fucking crushed. And that was my first time on stage at 19.
Damn.
How was yours? How was your experience?
It was like first time doing stand up was okay because it was on campus. It was an open mic situation.
Student union?
Huh? Yeah, student union. And so it was all right. It was just one of those, crowds that accept mediocrity with open heart.
Yeah. There's a bunch of 19-year-olds going, hey, he's wearing a suit.
Yeah, this guy's fancy.
He must be important.
He must have been on. Yeah, he's been on.
Hey, when he's done with this routine, I'm going to ask him who his suit guy is.
So I was able to, get these, kind of half-baked ideas off without much, it wasn't no pushback. Hey, shut up! I didn't, that came at other shows. But this first one, I got little chuckles, but it was enough to get that fire going. Where I was like, oh man, that felt. And I remember getting off stage and sitting down, and my leg was just shaking from the adrenaline. Like, man, I was like, what is that?
So you always wanted to be a comic when you were a kid? Or is that something you decided when you got to college or what?
Decided at college. I knew I wanted to perform. I was in this performance group called Oops Entertainment, I don't even remember what the acronyms were.
Hey, that was a mistake.
Oops. Should we have gotten into this group thing? Zip zap.
Hey, no one's here. Oops.
Who handled the marketing on this?
Oops, I think we forgot about marketing.
We had oops. We need to change. Oops.
Oopsie daisy.
Oops.
Too much marketing.
Oops. Oops. We forgot to pay Jemima for this, didn't we?
Oops.
Oops.
So it was.
Hey, did anyone? Did anyone cut a check for my Aunt Jemima? Oops.
Oops. Account.
Oh my god.
So what happened? You were at Oops.
I was in Oops Entertainment. We were doing some play. My friend Cheedy was he was doing an open mic. I watched him, and then seeing it perform, seeing stand-up at that level demystified it, you know, where it was, oh, I could try it. It's not going to, if people are doing that, then I can try that, you know, and just see what happens. It doesn't have to, it doesn't have to be perfect. Everybody's not polished like television and killing. So that's what kind of lit that fire, and just tried it. And then doing it, starting in college was huge, because it was a small college town. So immediately I was able to kind of get gigs easy, get opening slots easy. And also I was able to get people to when I put on my own shows, getting people there wasn't a real problem, because it's college. And you can get in the school paper. I used to get pressed by just hitting up the school paper and say, hey, I'm doing a show, like, write about it. Put my show in the paper.
That's nice.
And then
that's dope.
Yeah, so it was like easy to kind of work in this small system and get things going. And now it was other people, other comedians that started out with me. And so then my friend Tony Trim, who's my DJ now, he had an open mic at his house that was poets, musicians, comedians. I became the host of that. So I had a weekly gig, like less than a year into me doing stand-up, where it was a dope experience. And I actually got some of those tapes back, and old tape. They were on 8mm, camcorder shit.
Yeah.
And I was a terrible host early. I was like doing 15 minutes in front of acts, and but not like unnecessary. I was up there like stalling, but everybody was there.
That's hilarious.
For no reason. Like, hey, so what else? Bring on the other person. Like, it's bonkers, because it's wild watching the crowd too, because the attention spans are a little bit different. It's no cell phones and shit. It's like 2002, 2003.
That's right. Yeah.
So people are
they're
just
paying attention.
So they're at it, but they're probably. But it's weird to see, because I'm like, oh, this is terrible show flow. I was doing like a 10 here, a 15-minute here, like unnecessarily.
That's so funny. It was almost like the other entertainment was there just so you can go pee real quick. Hey, you guys. Hey, I gotta go take a piss real quick. I got this band that's gonna play. I'll be right back.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, can you, Hannibal, put that picture up with you with the microphone and say you're a horrible host. That was a horrible host with that picture.
Yeah, it was me back when great.
A horrible host right there.
That's the name of the show. Great Picks, Bad Hosts. It looks like when you see the flyer, you think he's gonna be a good host.
Oh, that's going to be a good host right there. He's a bad host. Yeah, that's a horrible fucking host. I don't even want to go to that show right now. That picture says it's all about me show. That's what that is.
I'm getting this hour off regardless.
I did not have it. I was giving them so much of what I didn't have it all.
You were giving them 15 minutes of nothing.
Of nothingness, nothing. So, what are you up to over there? Like, no. no direction, no intention, no sense of being a fucking entertainer. Just talk. I get some bits there, but whoo.
Yeah. You went up on stage as if the stage manager said stretch, but no one said that to you.
Every time.
No one fucking said that to you.
I'm just seeing a guy just like,
but that guy's not there. It's those goddamn glasses. It was those original glasses.
I got you.
I got you.
Another 20. I got you.
I got it. Stretch. I got it.
I got the perfect nothing.
I know exactly who I'm going to go to in the audience. I'll be right back.
So what do you do? I'm in college.
This is great, man. And then you fell in love with stand-up.
Yeah.
You fell in love with it. And it just took off, bro. You graduated college.
Left college.
Oh, you left college.
Well,
it's the same as graduating.
Yeah, I left. I mean, here's the thing. Didn't get the degree, but I got kind of what I needed from school, which is, I was a radio TV major, so I learned. I had my own show on the public access, the school network, so I learned about producing and putting on shows, booking guests, a little bit about hosting a show, I guess.
No, that's the one thing you didn't learn. That's the one class you failed in, for sure.
But it was.
There's got to be a paper floating around that says, "Show is amazing. Host fucking sucked."
Host would just go on.
And on.
It's cringe because you think you want to reflect. You think you want to reflect and watch your old tapes, and then you get in like, I'm about to sit in and just take a trip down memory lane, and you're like, oh no!
Man,
can we
what was that?
put this on double speed? Shit.
Headline, great suit, bad host.
Why was he wearing a suit at a house party? At a house party show.
He was in front of a beer pong game.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Just for the job you want.
So were you living in Chicago or near the Chicago area at the time?
So Carbondale, Illinois is 5 hours south of Chicago. It's about an hour and a half from St. Louis in southern Illinois. So, you drive down, take the Amtrak or whatever for breaks and holidays and whatnot.
And then what made you move to Chicago?
I'm
just assuming. I'm sorry.
Originally, and then I went to college down there.
College. All right. So then you went back to Chicago when you got out.
Yeah. And
then you were like, I'm going to go to Zanies and get my start now.
Zanies and open mics and stuff. And then Chicago is where I kind of got a real awakening about what my true talent level was, because I was in that bubble of Carbondale where I was able to produce events easily. I had access to resources to just be able to get promo and all of this, and you can kind of really move and shake if you just put some effort into it. When you come into Chicago, it's like, it's a little different, right? It's a little bit of, people, it's hierarchy, and it's you got real pro comedians that's operating in Chicago at the time. Like Dion was out there, D-Ray, Zany's got his stuff going, and so
I think Corey Holcomb
was Actually, here's Lil Rel. I've known Lil Rel for 18 years.
Wow.
For my second show ever, because sometimes promoters would bring comedians from Chicago to perform at my college in Carbondale. My second show ever was with Lil Rel back then.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Which club?
It was at a small theater on campus at SIU.
Oh, on campus. Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Second show
Holy
ever.
shit.
That's dope.
Yeah.
And that's when Little Rel was actually Little Rel, like a young kid, right? Yeah. Right? Yeah.
But yeah, Lil Rel.
Because he started really, really young, right?
He started pretty young too. Around, I think, because Lil Rel's a year or two older than me, but he had already been doing it for a couple.
He already been doing it for a couple years. Yeah.
He had been on Comic View by that time.
Yeah, I remember.
02.
Remember that's how he got big. Yeah.
And that's when D-Ray used to go on Comic View with a jersey that said D-Ray.
D-Ray, yeah.
And then they
that's
started doing
crazy.
that too. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I did Comic View in '99. That's when I did Comic View.
What city?
And then
was
I went
that
back. I shot that one in LA, Los
in?
Angeles.
LA? Yeah.
Yeah, man, that was crazy, dude. That's when I met. Oh my God. Damn it, who did I meet? Oh, Gary Owen. That's when Gary Owen was the host.
Yeah.
Remember when Gary Owen was the host?
Yeah.
Cedric was the host, and then he
That
left
was
to Gary.
huge. Why is there a white host of Comic View?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, that was big.
Who the fuck? I'd be mad too if I was.
I think it came down. I think it was a competition that came down to the final two guys to win. We're gonna host Comic View, and I think it was Honest John and Gary Owen. So no matter what, it was gonna be a white guy.
Third place was Jake Johansson.
Fourth, you're not gonna believe who fourth place was. It was Carrot Top. Carrot Top was gonna be fourth. So.
Alternate was Gallagher 2.
Gallagher 2, not even one.
Gallagher 2, not the one.
Oh shit! So you moved to Chicago. Now you get in, and now it's starting to take off, right? You start to get in with this.
Let's start. So back in Chicago, this 04, so I'm just 2 years in. So I'm doing open mics and stuff. I just, working, doing shows there. I think in 05, auditioned for NBC Stand Up for Diversity.
Yeah. They always do those.
And then I got to get a trip to LA during that time.
Anything happen out of that?
Nah, I think I went on some Beatles. Just kind of did the show there. It was cool to come to LA.
Yeah. I remember I never understood those fucking diversity shows. They put me on and I'm like, hey man, what the fuck are we doing?
Yeah.
Are we gonna get something?
Yeah.
Can we get a goddamn show out of this?
Yeah.
I felt like I was performing. I felt like I was performing for NBC. Hey, look at me.
Yeah, those showcases.
Yeah.
Those are weird, man.
Yeah, they were weird.
But I think about that trip a lot just because that was my first time coming to LA, and I didn't have a rental car, and there was no Uber and shit back then. Like coming to LA broke without your own car is a whole different type of
different
journey.
level. Yeah, man.
Yeah, that shit was like, if I've gotten into getting in a super shuttle, and then they got a different price for dropping you off at hotel versus a residence, and then I remember being in a super shuttle and it was one price, and it was like, this is what I got. I'm sorry, we're here. Bye bye.
Yeah, you did that?
I mean, I couldn't. It's like, what? You want to go to the law? Sorry, I'm $8 short. What do you want to? I'm sorry.
That's funny, man.
I'm not going to live at LAX. Fuck.
Yeah.
That's what I got.
I got a suit. I got a handful of money, and I'm supposed to perform for NBC. Are you going to shit on this kid's dreams?
But the level, that's what I do. I miss that too. Is that early 20s, like almost level of delusion mixed with entitlement and some talent. Like could carry you pretty. It's like that's like a lot of wind. Like
Yeah, man.
For
the age
sure.
of 23,
It is.
24.
That's true.
Because you just
Yeah.
have this like it's
Yeah.
it's obviously positives and negatives to it, but because you could be really annoying, but it could carry you through a brick wall
Yeah.
a little bit, you know.
It can. You're right, man. You tend to face things with a different attitude because you're so hungry at that age,
Yeah.
right? But then when but you don't learn how to say fuck this until 30. You're like, man,
Yeah.
fuck this.
Yeah.
I'm not doing this.
Yeah.
Fuck
Yeah.
this. So
Yeah.
I see. I hear you on that one. But it's so crazy that from 2000 when you left college, it was 2002. You said.
No, I started 2002 and
you
left college 2004.
And then you got the diversity showcase in 2005.
I
that what you
think so.
And then you wrote for SNL in 2009.
2009. I did Just for Laughs Montreal 2006
And you went to Montreal
in 06. Yeah.
Are you fuck you, Hannibal? Fuck you. And you didn't want to be a comic? You were an oops. Oops. You were in oops. Fuck you, Hannibal. Oops. 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 Everything's just a goddamn mistake. Oops.
Oops, I got a writing job.
Oh, I got a writing job. Oops.
Oops.
Fuck you, Hannibal. I didn't get the Tonight Show. I didn't get Montreal until 15 years in, and they made me audition 4 times, man. 4 years in a row.
Damn.
Every goddamn year, they were like, we went with something. I'm like, man, fuck you guys. But I mean, look, everyone's journey is different. You know what I mean? It depends on how you look at your path, right? Like, you know what I mean? Like some people get a bunch of humps and shitty paths to travel, and it's up to you whether you want to stay on that path, man. And I'm not saying you didn't. Yours was fucking hard too, man. You had a hard journey too. It's beautiful that you got it so fast, man. That's amazing that you had a writing job on SNL at the age of how old were you in 2009?
26.
26.
Wow.
Obviously, math was not your subject in college because it took them that long.
No, that's just
Obviously, math was not your subject in fucking college.
No,
How old were you in 2009?
He pulled his fingers out.
This motherfucker
that's just the latency on your Wi-Fi. I said that's
No. So you were 20. You were 29, Hannibal.
26, 09 at SNL. Yeah.
Wow, that's beautiful, dude. And was that who was on that cast? Sudeikis was on that cast, wasn't he?
Sudeikis was on there. Kristen
there's
Wiig.
Yeah,
Oh wow.
Fred
Who else?
Armisen.
Fred Armisen. That was a great cast, man. They were amazing.
Yeah, it was a good cast. That was a fun time. It was like a real job. It was like a real job / not real job because you had to. It was the first time in my life going to like a fancy going to 30 Rockefeller every day out of no, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Where I'm going in there 26 and you see business people going to their shit too, in their suit, in their whole that costume. And it was kind of dope to be going in jeans and t-shirt. Yeah. And with the same little NBC or whatever security pass and going into this building, you know, was doing that every day was different. It felt good for that time. I remember like, damn, I work in a fucking nice office building and shit.
And you got that from Just for Laughs. You were approached for a writing job?
No. So after Just for Laughs was so that was 2006. And so I moved to New York briefly in 2006. I just made a random, impulsive move to New York without the money that you should have when you move to New York. Because my sister was there, and I was so delusional and focused. I didn't even call ahead of time.
Yeah. Hannibal. You don't have to explain because we already know about the super shuttle situation in LA. So I'm pretty sure you handled New York the same fucking way.
Yeah.
You don't have to explain, Hannibal. We know you fucked up when you went to New York.
Here's my arriving in New York. I'll walk you through the first, let's walk through the first 7 hours or so that I got to New York. So I get to New York. I took Amtrak from Chicago to New York. Yeah. And I printed out from some website different open mics that I saw. And so I leave from the Penn Station, and it was an open mic that was walking distance from Penn Station that was going on. I guess this was like 3, 4 in the afternoon. So I went straight from Amtrak to an open mic. I ain't go drop my bags off, and I had a big ass I'm moving to New York bag. Wow. And a book bag. Went straight to the open mic with my bag. And then after that open mic, I saw that there was this place like Sal's Comedy Hole in the Westville, and they had a daytime open mic. So I got on the train to West 4th, and then did another open mic. And,
but Hannibal, you were getting these spots without even signing up, or
these are open mics.
Know people? I know, but you knew people. You knew for a fact you would get up and get time.
You just sign up. Like they were the open mics in New York. You buy one drink or whatever, and you get on.
You're going up.
And so, and then I did that second open mic that was early evening, and then they say, oh, if you want to do the show, you gotta bark for a spot. And I'm like, what's that? Oh, you gotta just try to get people in off the street. So I did that and did the third, I did the spot on the show. And then after that went out a little bit, and then I went to my sister's late that night. So I did 3 sets before I even went to my sister's place.
Before you even notified her that you were coming?
Yeah.
That's so funny.
So how did that go? How did that go once you got there?
It was, it was worse than how I perceived it because I was in my own shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Where I'm just here. I'm in New York, I'm gonna do my sets. So they had a baby. My niece Peyton was just like about to turn 1. So, and they lived in a New York spot. They had an extra bedroom, but it wasn't for me. And so,
so good.
And so
that's the baby's room. That's the fucking baby's room, Hannibal.
That wasn't for me. And so I was, it was weird, man. I mean, it was just, that's wild to do.
Yeah.
I didn't think about how wild it was at the time because I'm on 23-year-old ADD, gotta make it in comedy brain. So I'm like horse with blinders. Their place fit within the blinders, but how they feel about that shit was outside of it at the time. You know what I'm saying? It's right there. How that is, what that move is. That shit is
over here.
Me. It ain't even on the side. That shit is back there. Back. That's too much.
My emotional blind.
I don't see nothing.
I don't see nothing except for fucking open mics and crowds with 7 people in them. Like that's what I'm seeing. And so it is something I down the line, we've talked about, and I apologize about because it was a obnoxious move.
But I mean, shit. Now, I'm pretty sure your sister's so fucking proud of you right now.
Yeah.
And she's probably saying, you know what, to be honest, that room was yours, Hannibal. That was yours.
But it did. But that trip during that time, so I stayed there I stayed with them just a couple weeks, and then they left. They were going to go on a trip, right? They were going somewhere for, I don't know, 10 days or something. And so I was like, oh, perfect. I'm about to have the place to myself while they're gone. And so I'm thinking, yeah, this is perfect.
Yeah.
And so I knew their flight was in the morning. And then they, so I decided, I'm like, I'm just going to stay out all night. And then they fly. And then I come back, bada bing, bada boom. The place is
I'm
mine.
in. Mine, yes.
And so I come back, I stay out till like 7, 8 in the morning. I come back, I'm drunk. And I open the door opens, but the chain is still on.
No.
And
then my sister opened the door. She holding the baby. She's like, what are you doing? Like, and so she was like, you need to stay. She stayed there so I wouldn't like stay at the place while they were gone, which was a smart move. Great strategy on their part. You don't want the 23-year-old that just popped up into New York to stay at your place while you're gone. That's a terrible idea.
Yeah, that's a stupid idea. That's a really stupid idea. That's what they call a bad investment.
That would be a terrible move. You want to protect your place and your space where you lay your head. You don't want him there. And so I packed up. I had to pack up my stuff and go. And so then, because I was
Where'd you go?
I stayed in hostels. I stayed with girls. Like I just had to. So and this was very early in the trip. I stayed in New York till May, and so it was. I was just trying to be in New York, and I was so stubborn because I made a big deal about leaving Chicago and moving to New York. I was like, I can't go back to the shop.
No.
I should have went back to the shop. My parents would have paid for me to come back to the shop. They couldn't fund a New York existence, but they would have, if I said I need to just come home, they would have done that. But my ego then and just, wanting to, like, I was really enamored with New York. I just like the lifestyle, doing all these shows and just, that activity. I just needed, so I just made it. I slept on the train sometimes, slept in hostels.
What?
Like, this would, really, if I met a girl, try to crash there, was just really a homeless person and shit for 4 months, like, out of pure pride, ego, and motivation.
That's crazy, Hannibal. That's dope. That's a cool story, man.
And
just
so I booked Montreal there.
What?
Wow.
In those 4 months?
Then during that run is when I booked Montreal in April or May. I booked it and then did it.
Wow, bro.
That's crazy.
That's beautiful, man.
Crazy.
That's a dope story, bro. I had no idea, man.
Yeah, and
That's
the wildest
cool.
part is that I auditioned for Montreal that same year in Chicago in January before
You went
I
to
moved.
New York.
I did, and I didn't level up that much, maybe, but I think being in New York and some other people seeing it too, because it was different scouts or whatever. Being in New York doing the same jokes helped more than being in Chicago at that time.
That's
in
crazy.
06, I think.
Was it Robbie?
Yeah.
Was it Robbie?
Robbie had saw me in Chicago. I think Robbie saw me in Chicago. I met him there. And then it was Robbie was doing, and then Jeff Singer and Maureen. Was she working for Montreal or was she just managing? I think she was managing, but it was a bunch of New York industry folks I met during that time. Yeah.
That's cool, man. That story is amazing. Like to sleep on the bus and you just got there 4 months. Your sister kicks you out. She doesn't want you there.
It's fair. I didn't even call ahead. The fact that they gave me 2 weeks is a blessing.
Yeah.
Because to pop up, like, what?
That's
Where do you
wild.
stay
That's
at?
pretty wild.
Where do you stay at now, Hannibal?
I stay
Where
in Chinatown in LA.
Oh, you live in LA now. Okay.
Yeah, I was staying in.
Do you have a place in New York? Do you have a place in New York?
I got an old. I sublet this apartment to a friend, but I had this place in Williamsburg that I stayed for 8 years.
Uh-huh.
and around not too far from Knitting Factory in Brooklyn.
Wow. You ever have your sister come to LA and then when she gets to the door, just leave the chain on it? Sleep on a train, bitch.
Nah, we're good, man. We're good. But I did, they stayed at my place in Chicago. It was really just, immaturity, man. Immaturity. I put them in a tough spot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So especially here's the thing, and to give your sister, because people are probably listening going, it's kind of fucked up for his sister to do that. New York living is not easy. And when someone has a 2-bedroom, that's like beyond luxury. When you live in Las Vegas, Nevada, and you get a 2-bedroom apartment, you're rich, and that's a huge place. You go to New York with a 2-bedroom, man, you better hope only 2 people are in that goddamn place at a time. And then to have some asshole from Chicago come out with a suitcase the size of another human, get the fuck out of here.
Suitcase and some dreams, and that's it.
Yeah.
You ain't got you got some groceries with it? Nope. You got some cable bill money or something? Just raw ambition. Raw ambition and a stand up for diversity credit.
How about you and your sister? You guys are very close now, or what?
Oh, it's
always
close.
have been.
Super
that's
close.
awesome.
Super close now, and I just was out there. She lives in Arizona now.
Oh, nice.
So that was my first trip. After quarantine, like in the quarantine shit.
Yeah.
Because one thing this did where I think it was, taking in too much media and really overthinking. It had me stuck in a way where shit was closed, but then I didn't move around like I could. I could have went out to the desert or something. I could have made a 5-hour drive somewhere, but I just kind of stayed, even though there was some of the world was still available to me. Yeah. But I just kind of stayed and just played video games and just kind of, and I think a lot of other people had the similar situations where
Andre,
where there was more movement. Yeah, you could have done, but you just stay stuck.
Yeah, Andre has not left that office.
Yeah,
I'm not even joking. Andre is not ready to walk. I can't wait for Andre to finally open the door and see sunlight. Like, oh, wow. Birds chirping. Andre is not going out. You've gone out, right, Andre? But just not like you're not functioning with like society right now, right? You're not engaging.
No, I'm not. I've had no human contact at all.
Nope.
Now you see,
nobody that doesn't live in my household.
Andre came to my house on my birthday, and he stood 25 feet away and wished me. And I went to hug him. And I went to hug him, Hannibal, for bringing me a cake and shit. He went, no. Yeah. Back up. He wouldn't even hug me or nothing.
Damn.
And then he got in his car and went back to his place.
I got asthma, man.
Well, then you need to stop smoking.
Yeah. So my first trip. Yeah. My first trip though, after it was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna go out there to their crib, cause that's the thing too. I was like, should I be visiting people? I know I don't got it, but they you might have it, but you got it. Yeah. You might have it, but you don't. Well, and they're like, oh well, I don't want to kill nobody, so I guess I just sit here. And not be a murderer. But you might have it. You don't have to cough to have it, and then you can give it to them without coughing, and then they start coughing. And so after I hit up, I was like, I'm gonna go out there. And so that first road trip after 2 months, even the feeling of packing, after being a touring comedian and filming and shit, all this movement for years. And so, dog, when I fucking grabbed my book bag, I realized I hadn't grabbed my book bag for months. It was like picking up like a fucking sword. Like, oh! Swear to God, I teared up a little bit because it was like, oh yeah, I used to fucking move around and be fly and do shit and go here and go there and do this shit and hit the radio and go to the table and do a show and hang out with friends and go. And I used to do this shit, man. And just like grabbing my bag opened up all of that. It was so wild, man.
That's dope, man. So you went to Arizona. They're kind of like lax out there too, man. They're like, it's kind of normal life in Arizona right now.
We went, the gym was open. This was like, this was maybe a month ago.
Holy shit.
And I just even been, and it's certain visuals and sensations now, like look wild, like going into the gym there, and I saw a bunch of people on the Stairmasters and ellipticals. And it was just like that level of movement in front of my face. I hadn't seen it in so long. I was returning a car to I get a car from it's a guy that rents them out, and so it's just not dealing with a company. I talked to him.
That didn't make any sense. That didn't make any sense, Hannibal.
You heard of Toro?
No. Hold on. No,
man.
Hannibal,
Hold on.
You can't be in your financial situation and go, I get a rent a car from some guy that rents cars. What the fuck are you talking about?
Hey, listen here, man. Listen.
No, you don't have a secret guy that rents cars. You need to elaborate, bro. That doesn't make sense.
All right.
When you rent a car, you say enterprise. You say fucking dollar. You don't say, hey, I know a guy that's got some extra cars. He rents them out. You know what I mean? What the fuck are you talking about? You can't say Sudeikis said, hey, I'm going to introduce you to a suit guy, and they go, I got a guy that's going to hook me up with some cars on a rent-a-car.
I do though.
What the fuck are you talking about?
If you want a Kia Optima for the road, I'll have a guy drop it off to you in like an hour and a half. I swear to God. What's this app? Have you heard of Turo though? This is gonna sound like an app. Turo is like it's like Airbnb for cars.
Oh, okay.
So it's like individuals. Some people might rent out just one car, but some people kind of have small independent rental car businesses.
Okay.
And so I used Turo before to like try out a Tesla or try out certain things. But there's one guy, I started booking with him on Turo, and then we just kind of, now I just work with him offline and just like, it's nice because he just pulls up with the car.
That sounds
hey, bless.
Than what you said.
Hannibal, bless you. That's a better, we appreciate that.
But in the story, I didn't want to do that.
You want the story to be more exciting. I get it.
So it's like, so I'm before I go to Phoenix, I'm swapping out cars. And so I had a car for a while. I wanted to have something, you know.
I immediately pictured a mob guy.
Yeah, me too. Hey, Hannibal, I got that Tesla. You ever try a Kia Optima? Fully loaded. Free tank of gas. Get you to Phoenix, 6 hours. Hey.
Yeah.
Yeah, you love it, Hannibal. Smells like a new car. All right. So you're on your way to Phoenix.
So before I drop off the car to him, I got gas. I'm running kind of late. I say, hey, man, I'm running a little late. I'm going to get the car washed real quick. He says, yo, don't worry about it. Just as long as the tank full. And I was like, cool. And then I was thinking, I was like, you know what? I haven't done much these past couple months. I'm going to get this car washed. This is my errand. I will get I got it, dog. I'm getting this car washed, homie. You not taking this from me. And so
that's good. Oh shit.
And so then I get in the car wash. It's just a drive-through car wash.
Yeah.
And the shit, because my senses are raw now for outside. I haven't been to a live show at this point since You know, I saw Thundercat at the Wiltern March 7th. That was the last thing. I probably bowled March 9th or 10th. So like, as far as outside entertainment, it's really been nothing. So the car wash is my first show in months.
Yeah. Yeah, it's
So
this live entertainment.
It's like,
Yeah.
so it's like, it's movement, there's water, there's like, and it's shit was like, man, this fucking car wash
The big brushes.
it's fucking dope,
Kill it.
dog.
Yeah,
Fucking
kill it.
This
The
car
brushes.
wash,
Oh, is
fuck
the
yeah.
shit.
Hell yeah,
Let's
dog.
go. That's so funny. I never thought of it that way.
Car wash is hype.
I never thought of it that way. I said, now that you said that, I had the same experience, and now that Hannibal said that, I felt the same fucking way. I was like, wow! It's like when you take your 5-year-old into a car wash for the first time. Like, whoa!
Right.
How's that gonna come off?
Yeah.
Whoa!
Dog,
Dude, that's funny, Hannibal.
Hilarious.
and so, yeah, man, it's a lot of, you know, depending on your level of quarantine, there's a lot of parts of us that'll get wakened up again just because it's like, oh, yeah. Like all these experiences that haven't happened in a long time, or it's just going to be a funny time for a while for folks.
Yeah. It's cool, man. A lot of people have realized hidden talents that they never thought they had before the quarantine. I'm a cook, and obviously you're now an R&B singer. So that's the beauty of the quarantine. This asshole bought 2 keyboards during the quarantine, and he said I took 1 lesson. He said 1 lesson. Hey!
The car wash. That song has a whole different meaning now.
That's amazing, Hannibal. When's the special going to be done, man? When's it going to premiere?
July 3rd.
When's it going to premiere? July 3rd.
July 3rd.
Sweet.
YouTube.
Oh, YouTube. Okay, cool. YouTube.
Nice.
Who shot it?
Who shot it? It was I did it with my company and this other company, Pyramid Studios.
That's dope,
But it's,
dude.
produced it internally. Yep.
That's so dope. Did you find yourself directing yourself?
On stage or?
Did you find like I found myself like with my specials, like I get the director and she's amazing, but I always feel like I direct myself a lot. Like I let them know which shots I really, really want. So
in the edit,
I don't know,
or like before?
Even before, I always like run through it. And I'm like, get this camera on a wide because I'm gonna go here, and I always make sure like to let them know what I really, really want. So
yeah,
I know that's annoying. But there's something about stand up where if you don't hit this certain shot, the joke's not gonna sell. So
yeah,
I find myself directing. So I don't know if you were doing that.
Not like that, because a lot of ours, it's a lot of post-production stuff with it, and we shot it in a specific way, really close, like, you know, close up. But to that directing it point, one day when I was kind of procrastinating, I tried to separate the business guy and the artist guy. And I was like, hey man, you need to go write that shit. And I was like, yeah, you're right. I gotta go write that shit. What are you doing? You've been procrastinating for years. And it's like, yeah, you're right. This is bad. I gotta get through it.
100%. That's so great.
When are you gonna send the bit? You haven't sent that email. Send the email. I got it, boss. I got it.
That's great, dude. Hannibal, you're the shit, bro.
Appreciate it.
You're the shit.
Man.
I love you, man. You're amazing. My son loves you. That's a huge compliment, by the way.
Yeah. You see a lot of folks.
Yeah, man. He loves it, and that was a big compliment when I heard my son say that. Man, I love Hannibal Buress. I go, oh, he's gonna be on the pod. He's like, good, Dad.
Dope, man.
So yeah, man, you're an inspiration, bro, for all of us.
Appreciate you, man.
Old and new.
Yeah, the trailer looks dope. I'm gonna check out the special. I saw you got
Thank
your,
you.
Ill Mind. I see has been pushing it a lot too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, Hannibal, I want to explain that video to you. That special. When you get turned down by Netflix 4 or 5 times, and then you end up shooting your first special for next Netflix on your own with your own money. I shot live from Seattle with my own money, and then I had to sell it to them. I knew how hard it was for me to get into Netflix. So when I had that opportunity to shoot a third special, I was like, man, I got the door kind of open. I'm gonna bring some Filipinos in here. I'm going to shine this, I want to shine the light on the culture. I want to shine some light on some cats that, it's hard to get in there, man. So I wanted to share that platform with them, man. And that's what that was all about. Those were
dope, man.
Yeah, man. And, to be able to have a billboard, with my aunt, I'm kissing my aunt on the face, and my sister's in the billboard and she's in the trailer. Like, those are all my friends. Like, it was great. When you start in 1989, and I'm just trying to watch TV and try and find other Filipino inspirations to try and motivate me to become a comedian. There are none. Yeah. That's what this was. That's what this was, man. That way, if there's a Filipino dancer going, I don't know if I'll ever make it. Well, they made it. You know what I mean? Or a producer, a Filipino producer. That's what Ill Mind was. Those Filipino rappers rapping in Tagalog, and that's a trailer for my special. That's what that was. If that can motivate just another cat to do what we're doing, that's what that whole special was about, bro. That's why I did it, man.
That's man.
Man.
Yeah.
Word, man. So I love you, Hannibal.
Love you too,
you're amazing, and we're all excited for this special. We've all been waiting for it. You made us wait a very long time for this one, Hannibal. But we can't wait. Yeah.
actually, you know what?
Hold on. We gotta elaborate on that. You are disorganized. You got 2 keyboards and one of those fucking those massage chairs that you buy in a goddamn mall right behind you. You are.
There's no theme here. There's no
theme.
What's the
theme? It's just
stuff?
money. It's just stuff.
The breeze right here. We got
breeze.
Sunglasses.
I love you, bro. Yo,
just got. I guess I don't know. We got more. You need anything? Put these on offer up.
Plugs. More plugs. Hannibal, we can't wait, bro.
July
3rd.
July 3rd.
It's gonna be
YouTube. Premiering at 6 Pacific, 9 Eastern, and then it'll be up there. But that's we having a watching it when it drops event, streaming it. And
it's gonna be beautiful.
It is my best one. We worked hard. I shot it twice out of pocket.
Yes.
And so, because the first time it was some stuff that I didn't like, and it didn't feel right, and it was the right decision to do it again. And it's really relevant for the time, accidentally, because I got arrested in Miami in 2017, and so we covered that shit, and I'm excited to finally get it out,
dude.
Man.
Dope.
I love you, man.
Love you too.
Love you, Hannibal.
This is a fun talk, dog. It's good shit.
Yeah.
Thank you, man.
You're amazing, bro. Thank you for everything you do, man. The community loves you, and we can't wait. God bless you, bro.
Peace.
Love you, Trey.
Bro.
Bye.